Hey guys, this is Strauss with the On Bipolar blog. This is a video after I did my reaction and review of Paxil. The second medication, well, maybe I tried Depakote and I didn't like the effect from it because it made me really drowsy and zombified and it made me apathetic. So I quit that, and then in 2009 I started Wellbutrin. Wellbutrin is also an antidepressant that some people are on, and the kicker with this and why some people take it is not only is an antidepressant what might help alleviate depression, is actually known to help curb addiction for cigarettes. Now for me, I never smoked cigarettes, so I don't know the effect of it, but I do know for a fact when I was on it, I had very, very hard time sleeping at night, and I was getting so agitated, so tired, that I was getting angry, I was getting impulsive, making stupid decisions. I lended $1,000 to a coworker and never got it back. I was sleeping in the parking lot, heading to work early because I couldn't sleep, and maybe that tied to anxiety. But for me, it was not a good drug, especially alone as an antidepressant. This was actually during 2009 when I worked at Wells Fargo, so it was a contractual job and probably led to my reason and my demise of never going back. And the reason why I quit, I never got fired, but I voluntarily quit. And I believe I got this drug signed off when I see my psychiatrist at the University of Minnesota Fairview. And, you know, I believe, which is weird, and if you are bipolar, they usually don't prescribe antidepressants, so I'm a little bit wary on why I was even on this drug in 2009 when I was diagnosed bipolar in 2008. I can't really remember on why that was. I just know for a fact that I was on Paxil, antidepressant, SSRI, and then I tried Depakote, got off that after 2-3 days, and then I was put on Wellbutrin, which was maybe a 3-month stint. And then in 2009, of maybe July, I started my first antipsychotic round, maybe 7 in a year. So it was pretty traumatic since the side effects were really bad. For Wellbutrin, I did not really experience weight gain. I do not remember the target dose, but it was probably somewhat a dose in which I had to elevate up on to meet a target dose. I think that Wellbutrin was actually a pretty good drug. I don't know anyone that was actually on it, and maybe there are people that are still on it who are bipolar. I don't know. Just for me, it didn't work. Since I don't know if it is SSRI, but since it's an antidepressant, it did definitely affect my sleep and made sleep worse. Agitation is very common, and irritability is very common in bipolar, whether you take a drug or not. I just know antidepressants can solely exacerbate those issues. So be wary if you're bipolar. You want to shy away from antidepressants and Wellbutrin. And for those that are heavy smokers, I just know there's claims, I don't know if it's true, but there's claims that state that this is actually beneficial for you quitting smoking. I don't know how true it is. I know there's drugs out there that help prevent smoking, and maybe you guys in the comments below could, you know, make suggestions and maybe clarify your experiences with it, because I'm not a smoker, so I didn't know the addiction behind it, and I don't know if it actually helped curb it. Anyways, this is probably a short video, but I probably should clarify it since I was on it for quite a while. It's not the longest drug in terms of length, but it was more than some of the other drugs I tried. And I feel I almost should do a Depakote video because I was actually allergic to that, and I had an anaphylactic reaction where my throat swelled up and I went to the emergency room. So I tried it again, I got off it. I wouldn't say I was allergic to Wellbutrin. I say I'm allergic to Paxil, but that's not necessarily true. It just, I had a reaction to it, and I feel like reaction's a little bit different from actual having any, I don't know, adverse side effects or allergy, I guess you could say. Is there anything you want to add regarding that?
Why did you get off Wellbutrin if you said it's a good drug?
I got off it because I was irritable, I wasn't sleeping.
How is it a good drug then?
I never said it was a good drug.
Oh yeah, you did. Said it's a pretty good drug.
For those that might be, it's a good drug for those that might be smoking and have an addiction to it because it curbs it.
I wonder if it actually helps people that cut too then.
I don't know about
Self-harm.
that, but I do know for a fact that
with borderline
it's
people.
it's the reason why I ended up in the hospital. I think I don't remember if I went off for Wellbutrin right away, but maybe a couple months down the line, I ended up hanging a rope and I wanted to commit suicide for the very first time. It wasn't actually clinically a hanging where I had a rope. I just hung it up and was contemplating suicide in the gazebo. So that is my story in Wellbutrin. I can't tell you the target dose. I can just tell you with bipolar, you want to shy away from this drug since it is an antidepressant. But for those that are depressed, you might want to give this a go. For me, it didn't really cause weight gain, and maybe I wasn't on it long enough, but I do know for a fact that those with smoking addictions, it can definitely help you curb. And this is the only drug that I know of that might help curb the feelings that you might be experiencing. So, guys, if you're depressed, give this drug a shot. If you have anxiety, it actually might help too as well. But if you have bipolar disorder, no matter what, you might want to avoid this drug. I don't know how it will be effective if you're on a mood stabilizer or antipsychotic. I comorbidly use antidepressant, antipsychotic, mood stabilizer, all simultaneously. So things definitely work when you are on 3 of those drugs.
I don't know anything about Wellbutrin either, you guys. I don't know if it's just a common drug or whatnot, but anyway, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like our videos and want more information. We keep it real with you all. Try to be honest, because we truly believe the more that we get people talking about these important topics, the less people will be prone to want to kill themselves. So take care, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.